My name is Hunter Smith. I never thought that a tragic accident would change the relationship I had with one of my close family members. I can still remember it as if it was yesterday. I was sitting in my English 1020 class when my sister Chelsea had sent me a text message that would change my life. Chelsea had notified me that my dad had fallen off our roof. All I could think of was the worst possible outcome was going to happen from this. But I was wrong. Before all of this had happened, my dad was an alcoholic. We were always a close-knit family, but it got to a point where he would come home drunk every night and start fights amongst the family. It got so bad to where my mom was at her breaking point and was considering on getting a divorce. I knew that if my parents were to get a divorce, there would be a chance that I'd rarely see my dad again. On November 20th, 2012, my dad had fallen off our roof and had broken his pelvis, as well as receiving a concussion from hitting his head on the ground. He was immediately rushed to Oakwood Hospital, where he would later be treated for his injuries. As soon as I could, I left school and went straight up to the hospital. This was a scary point in my life. He was not able to undergo surgery right away. He had to sit in his hospital bed for 2 days while the specialists talked amongst each other on how they would perform the surgery. My dad was going through a detox at this time and was not acting his normal self. I can remember him trying to get out of his hospital bed several times. At one point, he even asked me to sneak him out of the hospital. I had never seen him like this before, so I was very scared. It was very hard for my family and me to watch. After all of his surgeries, my dad had gone to rehab for physical and occupational therapy. He was looking and feeling much better. My family and I would go up to the hospital every day to visit him, as well as talk with his physical therapists to see how his progress was going. Rehab flew by. My dad was able to come back home. It took a while for him to be able to walk on his own again, though. We decided that after all of this, he was going to give up his drinking. This was the best decision that he has made for our family. Now my family is back to how it used to be before his addiction to alcohol had taken over his life. I've never seen my mom so happy, which makes me happy. My dad and I also spend a lot more time together now, especially when we go up north for our hunting trips every year. The arguing and fighting has stopped amongst my family, and I could not be any happier on how things have turned out. A bad situation turned out to be good after all.